Hello, my amazing first grade artists. This week we are wrapping up our rockets in space. Last week we learned how to draw different parts of a rocket. We colored our rocket up. Maybe you even added a few planets to your paper. But today, my friends, we're going to be focusing on space and then getting our different space objects cut out and glued down. Now, my friends, I know not everybody has white paint to do our background. So if you don't have white paint, another thing you could use would be a white crayon or a white colored pencil, my friends. So when you look at our art materials, know that there is an or in between the white colored pencil, crayon, and the paint today, my friends. Either or. All right, artists. Now, again, last week we started with our white piece of paper for our rocket, so I will need that. But I'm also going to need this black piece of paper to start today, my friends. Because again, that is our space. So, there's many different ways I can do space. I could use something white like a crayon or a colored pencil, and I could just add some random dots into places. One of my most favorite ways to make space is to do splatter painting. But again, artists, you are at home, and I don't expect that all of our adults would appreciate doing splatter painting. However, if you do still want to do some painting, again, you have that paint set, and you do have some white, I do recommend using that smaller paintbrush for that step today. And it'd be as easy as just adding some water onto my paint and adding some different dots to my black background. So however you would like to add some white into your sky, again, maybe I'll add a couple large dots in some places, or maybe I'll just fill up my paper with smaller little dots here or there. It's totally up to you, my friends. If you want even maybe more perfect circles, you could add a lot of water into your paint and then use the back or the butt end of your paintbrush as well, because that is more of a circle. So I could dip that in, get a little paint on there, and just add some paint dots that way as well. That one's a little tougher though. So there's a few ways that you can add some stars into your space today. Once I'm happy, I'll go ahead, put my paint away, or my white crayon on my white colored pencil, and then it's time to pick back up my rocket ship. Now, artists, this is our last cutting and gluing art project of the year. So even though we are currently first graders, I want to push you today to show me that you are ready for second grade level art. When you're cutting out your rocket ship and your planets, here are some ways that you could show me second grade level cutting. One way is by staying on my black line. Another is by removing most of the white that is around my objects. And the third is making sure that I don't cut into my shape. So that is something that I'm going to be looking for on your artwork, friends. As always, I'm going to go ahead and speed up my cutting just so you don't have to watch me do all of that slowly. But again, please take your time here, my friends, and if you need to, pause the video. That way you can keep caught up. Here are all my different space objects cut out today. And again, I know that looked very fast, my friends, but I promise I took my time and tried to make my best work that I could. Now it's time to talk about our best gluing. Again, you can always use glue bottle or glue stick, whatever you have at home to use. But second grade level gluing looks like using enough glue to make sure that parts of your picture are not sticking up. So when you do glue it down, I want you to check, are any of your fins, your fire, even the nose of your spaceship possibly sticking up? In which case you'll add more glue on the bottom or hold it down and count a little bit longer, my friends. One last time, I'm going to speed up my step a little bit That way you can see what it should look like when I'm all done doing second grade or better level gluing. Here I go. So here's the best way to test to make sure that you did the right gluing. You roll your paper and see if things stick up. For instance, just that little corner right there sticks up just the tiniest bit, and that's okay if there are small little bits. But if half of my spaceship is sticking up, then I definitely didn't use enough glue. Now, sometimes using enough glue does mean that a little bit of glue could come out of the edges, but I shouldn't see any big puddles of glue. That would be too much then, my friends. So here's my finished rocket ship in space today. Again, please make sure that you are doing better than your best work today, my friends. When you're finished, please take a photo in either Seesaw or Artsonia so I can see that you are ready to be a second grade artist. All right, my friends, I'm going to say my BYE, and as always, have fun creating astronauts.